Hello everyone, I am your host Ayushi Karasethia and welcome back to our channel Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn that whenever the sale happens in Instamojo, how we can automatically create the invoices in Harvest account. So the idea here is that whenever a sale happens in the Instamojo account, you need to create an invoice in your Harvest account. But creating the invoices for all the customers who have made the payment manually will be a time-consuming and a tiresome process. So by setting up an automation, you don't need to maintain the payment records manually and even the invoices will get generated automatically. For this, we need to create a connection or an integration between Instamojo and Harvest so that whenever the sale happens in Instamojo, automatically the invoices will get generated in the Harvest account. So in this particular integration, we are using two software applications. The first one is Instamojo, which is a payment gateway for business. So in place of Instamojo, we can even use Razorpay, Stripe, etc. And the second application we are using is Harvest, which is a cloud-based accounting software. So in place of Harvest, we can even use FreshBooks, QuickBooks, Zoho Books, Wave, or any other accounting software to create the invoices. So how we are going to create the integration between Instamojo and Harvest, this we will be learning in the further steps of the video. First, let us check this in the real time that how this complete process works automatically. So this is my Instamojo payment link for Pabbly Connect subscription and this is my Harvest account where I have just one invoice over here. So now I want that whenever the sale happens in Instamojo, automatically an invoice should be created into the Harvest account over here automatically. So let's make the payment over here and I'm just going to give the name as Adam Smith. Let's add the email address as adamsmith25@gmail.com. Let's add the phone number over here and let's click on next. Okay, I'm just going to make a test payment of ₹10 over here. Okay, and here we can see that the payment is successful over here. Now let us check our Harvest account. I'm just going to refresh it. Okay, and here we can see a new invoice on the name of Adam Smith customer over here. I'll just open the invoice and I'll show it to you. Okay, and here we can find the invoice on the name of Adam Smith. Here we can find the issue date, product, and here we can find the quantity, unit price and the amount. So now here you might be wondering that I just made a payment in my Instamojo account over here and automatically the invoice is created on the name of the same customer here in my Harvest account. So how did I manage to do this? Let me tell you, this has become possible just because of the automation and the integration process. So in order to create an integration between Instamojo and Harvest, we are going to use a software application named Pabbly Connect. So basically, Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating Instamojo with Harvest automatically. The best part here is it doesn't require any coding skills or programming knowledge. Even a non-technical person can use this software application very easily. So first we have to create an integration between Instamojo and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect is going to capture all the details of the customer who has made the payment in the Instamojo account, and using those details of the customer, automatically the invoices will get generated into the Harvest account. And in this way, we are going to learn that how we can create an integration between Instamojo and Harvest using Pabbly Connect. So let us learn the integration process now. For this, let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Here we have to come to products and click on Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you are the first time user, you have to click on sign up for free option. You can create your own account in just 2 minutes by clicking on this option. By clicking on sign up free button, you will get 100 tasks free every month. As I already have an account with Pabbly Connect, I'll simply click on sign in. In the all apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on Access Now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on Create Workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as Instamojo to Harvest Integration. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on Create. Now here we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want that whenever the sale happens in Instamojo account. So open this trigger window and here in the choose application, let us find Instamojo. In the trigger event, we have to select new sale. Now here we can see a webhook URL and some instructions. So by following these instructions, we can set the webhook URL and the Instamojo account. As I already know the instructions, I'll just take you to my Instamojo dashboard over here. Here we have to click on this plus sign, create new. Here we have to click on this payment link option. Click on create link. Here we have to come to the smart link option. Click on smart link. Now here we can give the purpose of the payment. Why this payment is made. Okay. So I'm just giving the purpose as Pabbly Connect subscription. Okay. Now here we have to select the pricing type as flat pricing or amount breakup. So I will be taking it as flat pricing over here. Here we have to give the amount. So I'm just giving the random amount over here. That is the test amount. Let us give it as rupees 10 over here. Okay. And let's click on next, customize link. Here we have to come to the smart actions. Click on smart actions. Now here it is asking to add a webhook. Click on add webhook option. Now it is asking for the webhook URL. Here we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have seen in Pabbly Connect. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect. Here we are just going to copy this URL. Let's move back to Instamojo. Let us paste the webhook URL over here. Okay. And let's click on done. Okay, and here we can see that the link is ready. By using this particular link, we can collect the payments. Okay, the payment link is generated over here. So I'm just going to copy this link from here and let's open the link in a new tab. Okay, paying to magnet brains, purpose of payment, Pabbly Connect subscription, amount. I have given the test amount as rupees 10 over here. Whenever the customer enters his name, email address and makes the payment will be made. Okay, so let's move back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see that it is waiting for the webhook response. So in order to capture the response, first we have to make a test submission. It means we have to make the payment on the name of some customer over here. So let's give the name as Shikha Arya. Okay, I'll just add the email address over here. Okay, and I'm just going to add the phone number also. Let's click on next. Okay, here I am just going to make a actual payment. Okay, and here we can see that the payment is successful over here. Here we can find the payment ID, the amount, paid to Magnet Brains and paid on date and time. Okay, so let's move back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and here we can see that the response is received and all the details related to the payment are captured over here. Here we can find the status, that is successful, currency as INR, that is Indian rupees. Here we can find the amount. Okay, but here we cannot find the customer details who has made the payment. For that, come to this action window and here in the choose application, let us find Instamojo once again. In the action event, we have to select get payment details. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. Now it is asking for the private API key and private auth token. So we can see the instructions over here. You will get private API key and private auth token under the API and plugins section available in the Instamojo account. So I'll just click on this API and plugins from here. Okay, and here we can find the private API key and the auth token. So I'm just going to copy this API key from here. I'll go back to Pabbly Connect and I'll paste the API key over here. Okay, and here the auth token is required. So let us copy the auth token also. And let's paste the same token over here. Okay, and let's click on save. And now the Instamojo account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to map the payment ID. So we have already got the payment ID over here. So we have to map this right now. So let us map the payment ID over here from Instamojo. And this is the payment ID. And let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the response is received. And here we can find the details of the customer who has made the payment. Here we can find the name. Here we can find the phone number as well as the email address. So now, as this is a one-time payment, we are collecting the payment just one time. We need to create a client into the Harvest account because we want to create an invoice on the name of a client. So come to this plus sign over here. Click on Add Action step. Here in the Choose Application, let us find Harvest. In the action event, we have to select Create Client. Click on Connect. Click on Add New Connection. Now it is asking for the API token and Harvest account ID. So I'll just read the instruction from here. Enter your API token along with the bearer prefix. An example is bearer and then the code over here. So here we can find the instructions. Go to this particular ID. Click on New Personal Access Token and copy your token and account ID. So I'll just open this particular URL, okay, in a new tab. Let's go to the developer tool over here, okay. Here we can find the personal access tokens. Let's click on Create New Personal Access Token. Let's give the name over here, Payment from Instamojo. And let's click on Create Personal Access Token. Okay, and here we can find your token. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this token from here. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let's paste the API token over here. But before that, we need to add the bearer also. So first let us paste it over here, and before that I'm just going to add the bearer word also. Okay, now here we have to give the Harvest account ID. Here we can find the account ID also. Let us copy the account ID. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and I'll just paste the account ID over here. Okay, and let's click on Save. Okay, now the Harvest account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to give the details of the customer like name, address, currency. So we have already got the customer details over here from Instamojo. So we are going to map all these details now. So I'm just going to map the name from Instamojo payment details. Okay, and the name was Shikha Arya. Here we have to map the address details. As we don't have the address details, I'm just leaving it as blank. Here we have to map the currency. So let us map the currency from Instamojo. Okay, and this was the currency. And let's click on Save and Send Test Request. Okay, and here we can see the response is received. It means a new client has been created into the Harvest account. So let's move to the Harvest account and let us check. I'll just move to the Manage section over here. And here we can find a new client name, Shikha Arya. Okay. So now we have to create an invoice on the name of this particular customer. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect. For creating an invoice, come to this plus sign and click on Add Action step. In the Choose Application, let us find Harvest once again. In the action event, we have to select Create Invoice. Click on Connect. Now here we are just selecting this existing connection because we have recently created a connection. Let's click on Select Existing Connection and click on Save. Okay, now the Harvest account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to map the client ID. So I'm just going to enable this mapping button from here. Okay, and I'll erase this particular data. Here we'll come to the Harvest details, that is Create Client, and from here we can find the ID. Okay, so this is the client ID. Let us map it. Now here, if no value is set, the number will be automatically generated. So if you want to add some number over here, you can add the numbers. Purchase order number. If you have the purchase order number, then you can map it over here, or else you can give it manually also. Even you can add the tax details, even the discount details. If you want to map the subject, invoice subject, you can map over here, even the notes also. Here we have to map the currency. So we do have the currency details. Let us map it from Instamojo. And this was the currency, that is INR. Okay. Here you can map the issue date. Here you can give the due date. Here we have to give the line items project ID. In which particular project you want to create the invoice. So I'll just select the project name from here, that is Pabbly Connect subscriptions. Okay. Here you have to give the line items kind, that whether it is a product or it is a service. So I'm just selecting it as product. Okay, if you want to give the description over here, you can add the description. Even the quantity also, I'm just giving the quantity as 1. Here we have to give the unit price of the item. Okay, so the unit price was 10 rupees, as I have taken the test amount. So let us map the amount over here. Line items taxed, you can select it as per your requirement, whether you want to keep it as false or true. I'm just keeping it as false. Even line items taxed to also, I'm just keeping it as false. And let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the responses received. It means a new invoice has been generated. So let us check our Harvest account. I'll just move to the invoices section. Okay, and here we can find a new invoice on the name of client named Shika Arya. The invoice amount is of 10 rupees. I'm just going to open this particular invoice. Okay, and here we can find the issue date, due date. Here we can find the name of the client. Here we can find the product. If you give the description, it will be displayed over here. Here we can find the quantity, unit price and the total amount. If you add the tax details will be added over here. Okay, so in this way we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow. Data saved successfully. Okay. Now I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. Okay, I'll just minimize the action window over here, this Instamojo action window, and even the trigger window also. So first we have created an integration between Instamojo and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details of the payment. Then we have not got the details of the customer. For that we have used this particular action step, get payment details. Then in the second step we have got the customer details also. Then at the third step we have created the client because the client does not exist in the Harvest account. So first we have created the client, and using all the details, Pabbly Connect has created the invoice in the Harvest account. And in this way, we have created a successful integration between Instamojo and Harvest using Pabbly Connect. So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can connect us to this Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video and this video are helpful for you, then please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.